What the helly?
Typically, I've been posting on Musical.ly and Instagram. However, I think with this new camera, I might just start posting the pranks on YouTube. Might be pretty interesting, and I think you guys would enjoy it quite a bit.
Tyler Oliveira is a YouTuber turned investigative journalist.
I didn't expect to play journalist today, but I guess I am.
Is this something that an investigative journalist would do?
He's a profiteer of human misery, a poverty tourist, a parasite.
Please cancel me.
Damn, bro. That's a crazy intro. Hit you with a parasite. I was liking his videos. Why the fuck they hating on him like that,
As
bro?
balanced as possible. We try to cover both sides to the best of our abilities, and sometimes we fall short. I'm not probably the best professional to note on this.
The year is 2025.
They're eating the dogs.
We live in an increasingly divided and
So he blew
polarized
up
world.
this year.
We should have a military
No?
presence on the
Like,
southern border.
oh, I guess
And
maybe.
with the next 4 years now on the horizon, flagrant
Anybody I haven't seen in the past, I always think they blew up this year, you know?
Disorder.
Because I didn't know about them before, you know?
shows no sign of slowing it down.
Anti-immigration rioters at Muslim's hotel.
In a society where misinformation is rife, we need hard-hitting truth.
Yeah, I spread that misinformation long dick style.
Tellers to cut through the noise now more than ever. Journalistic powerhouses willing to ask the real questions.
Have you ever rodeo railed a cousin?
To veer away from propaganda.
Twitter is saying the Haitians are eating cats and can't drive.
And to lead by example. This is Tyler Oliveira, the man who claims to offer journalism that covers cultural decay with the incisive honesty so desperately needed right now. But is he really offering an accurate picture of today's landscape, or do his formulated narratives cause more harm than they do good? Let's find out.
You just, give it like, you gotta just make sure you look at it as like art rather than, actual news. No, bro, if you're looking at other people to give you the answer, like how to think about a situation, you're a bot. You're genuinely a bot. If you're not critically thinking for yourself and you rather watch one video and you're like, you're a bot.
Cannot make 10 million people care or watch an opioid crisis and be aware of it at a broader scale. We
Perks?
can't. Every YouTuber I know has stumbled upon the skill set to get attention at scale. That attention is used for meaningless, mindless, dumb things. What if you could combine the attention gathering skills of YouTubers and attach them to anything that meant anything? Why not try to make it mean something? Because we're all gonna die so quickly. I feel like I'm on the verge of death. We're gonna die, Tyler. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
Tyler Oliveira's story begins the same way many other budding influencers do. Rejection.
Today, guys, we're going to take a little look as to why I think I got rejected from every IB I applied to.
Launching his channel in 2018, Tyler mostly focused on assisting hopeful undergraduates in their college applications. However, rather than showing them what to do, he reviews his failed applications and explains where he may have gone wrong.
Related to your competitive advantage, your niche.
His first few videos cover the subjects of how to perform well, even if you're not particularly smart. His simple advice: sell yourself as the person they want you to be.
You need to sell yourself as that person to that college.
But this endeavor onto YouTube wasn't his first. In fact, earlier that year, Tyler had started a channel that focused on informing people how to make large amounts of money. This tweet indicates he was doing such a good job that the Federal Reserve called and was really pissed about his channel giving away all these lucrative secrets about money. We won't ever know these secrets, unfortunately, as the channel has been removed for violating community guidelines. So I guess the feds really meant business.
Today, I'm gonna be asking moms if they'll let me date their daughter.
And she's like of age, she's like 21 years old, let's say, right? And she met a young man who's addicted to eating Tide Pods. Like, what the fuck?
When he wasn't disclosing exclusive trade secrets in the
Are
financial
Tide
management.
Pods still cool, bro? You still cool to eat them nowadays, bro? Or do we need to go straight to laundry detergent? Because if that's the case, bro, I want to make sure I get, the Arm & Hammer, the straight, ultra marathon like laundry detergent. I'm trying to fix my view. Okay, there. I think that should.
Tyler Oliveira could be found writing books that get 2 stars on Amazon and making Musical.lys or Twitter videos going Super Saiyan in a supermarket. Or playing donation roulette with a homeless person.
Today, I'm going to be offering a homeless person food, money, condoms. Which one would you like?
Bus fare.
Okay, sure. You good?
Yes, thank you.
As you can see, Tyler's talents knew no bounds, and clearly aware of his limitless potential, he decided he was going to take on the content creator grind with a passion and one dream: online superstardom.
Yeah, we all need to do that. We need to give up our fucking regular lives to be fucking famous on the internet, cause then we'll get all the money in the world, and then all the bitches will love us. Oh my god, yes. That's how an open mic comedy comedian is born.
I'll be attending the University of Southern California. Heck, folks, I won't be attending any college. Major in making cash money, and a minor in stealing your girl.
There was no genre Tyler Oliveira wouldn't try, no matter how shameful or embarrassing. Hell, in 2018, as his channel was just starting up, he even stooped to the lows of commentary content. God, can you imagine doing that?
Which I think gained him around 130,000 plus subscribers, almost the same number of people that die each and every day. Ironic, isn't it?
Granted, it was pretty atrocious commentary, but I think these eclectic attempts at creating content, from vlogs to pranks to ripping off Michael McCrudden of all people, to just flat out embarrassing himself, showed that there was nothing that Tyler wasn't willing to do for attention, and naturally, it wasn't long until someone took the low-hanging fruit.
I love you so much, it hurts. You make me so happy. You are absolutely...
Although now known for an altogether different genre of content, in 2018, Ryan Trahan was an up-and-coming commentator on the platform. He made videos covering a wide variety of people, who you probably don't remember now, providing commentary and opinion-infused narratives about what certain influencers were up to. His style clearly inspired one Tyler Oliveira, who made a video titled Ryan Trahan is Lying Proof, where he employs the old trick of name-dropping large creator to garner response. Of course, the video itself does not definitively prove anything that its title promises, more just serving as a showcase for Oliveira's complete ineptitude in creating original, meaningful commentary.
The video that launched him into fame was titled Lauren Gray is Lying Proof, which inspired the title of this video and more or less the content. And the entire video revolves around Mr. Trahan.
See, I'm not gonna lie, I like his like getting chase content like throughout the fucking countries whenever he's getting scammed. That's like low-key like funny content, because he gets chased and he's like trying to fight people.
Critiquing Lauren Gray and her flaws.
Oliveira merely seems to be mirroring other commentators. Here, ironically, he's most similar to Trahan himself, but he seems to have no grasp on the actual groundwork. So what you see is fundamentally pretty shallow. But then again, he doesn't need to say anything if his goal is just to bait a response, which in the end is exactly what ended up happening.
Tyler Oliveira, the man of the hour. I watched
900 followers? Oh shit, that's early.
And I got hooked. Just check this out.
On July 2nd, 2018, Ryan Trahan released the video Why Ben Phillips Belongs in Jail, a video on the controversial British YouTuber known for his extreme stunts and pranks. However, the first 7 minutes of this video are dedicated to someone else, someone much closer to home.
You know your boy's on pussy patrol. Can you see some fresh pussy in the vehicle?
This dude's definitely never seen a boob in real life.
It seems Tyler had spammed Trahan to the point where morbid curiosity overcame him, and he got to experience what we all unfortunately experienced a few minutes ago. Trahan does observe the obvious too, that Oliveira is obviously just desperate for views.
He's collecting a paycheck. Well, he's burning it after he gets it, but we're just gonna let him do his thing.
Be that as it may, Trahan did give Tyler the view baiter exactly what he wanted, but he probably didn't care. After all, most internet gremlins the creators shine lights on.
I need to be a gremlin like that. Bro, that's crazy. He said, fish hooked.
Don't exactly ever make it out of their weird little niches. Unsurprisingly, Oliveira made another response farming this interaction, offering insight that I'll summarize for you in one sentence. Moving on, this only brought a few thousand views to the channel, and likely even fewer subscribers given the grounds that many came to his videos for. However, for Oliveira, it was enough to set his sights on a different, peculiar little creator you may or may not have heard of. Mr. I don't have to tell you that Mr. Beast is someone who has drawn a lot of controversy as of late. However, few are really brave enough to acknowledge perhaps the worst thing he's ever done: jumpstart Tyler Oliveira's career. In 2018, Jimmy was still in the early stages of building his YouTube empire, sitting at a meager few million subscribers. Imagine, right? Pathetic. Yeah. This was at a time when he was still in touch with a lot of the YouTube community, one of his adoring fans being Tyler. It's not hard to see why our man would idolize someone like Mr. Beast so much. After all, he had always been the master of exciting premises and clickbait, and was finally garnering a lot of attention for it. Tyler was likely aware that Mr. Beast
is Mr. Beast now the GOAT of YouTube, bro? Is he like the Tom Brady of YouTube now?
Did giveaways and fan interactions with the intent of promoting his down-to-earth image, and had been releasing videos where he awarded one lucky landmark subscriber the number equivalent in miscellaneous items. This in the past had been pennies, cookies, and popcorn, and who knows what could have been next. With this in mind, Oliveira hatched a genius plan, deciding that he would become one of Mr. Beast's landmark subscribers and use the attention to promote his own channel. But don't take my word for it, he literally says it himself.
I can be his 6 millionth subscriber.
Like the true hustler he was, Oliveira slept through the milestone and missed the opportunity to collect his winnings. But always making the best of a bad situation, Tyler decided to make a video regardless, and used the time that he had left to become MrBeast's ultimate Glaze Master General, explaining why he was oh so epic and wonderful.
Mr. Beast understands like no one else.
Not the glaze method. Not the glaze. Chat, not the glaze method.
The power of a viral
Mr. Beast, ever possessing the fragile ego, we all saw what happened with Jacksepticeye, obviously lapped up the positive attention, even leaving a comment complimenting Oliveira on his ability to slop him off. However, Oliveira wasn't finished, and with Mr. Beast's growth only becoming more rapid, the opportunity to join him at another milestone would come around soon enough, and it did.
This time, Mr. Beast, I decided to come prepared.
On August 4th, 2018, Mr. Beast hit 7 million subscribers, and as previously stated, needed to anoint a 7 millionth subscriber. I don't know exactly how this process is decided. I'm pretty sure you can't actually tell who specific milestone subscribers are, but who needs a formula when you have someone with irrefutable evidence that they were that lucky subscriber, right? Tyler Oliveira had been tweeting frequently at Jimmy just before he cracked 7 mil, explaining that he was paying close attention to his sub count. Shortly after Mr. Beast reached the milestone, Oliveira tagged him once again, claiming that he was 99.99% sure that he had timed his decisive click perfectly, and that he was looking forward to being a part of the next video. But that's a pretty bold claim, right? There's no way that Mr. Beast would actually fall for something like that.
That boy is...
God help us all.
That boy is a fisherman, bro. He a fisherman, bruh. He said, get that bag, boy.
A talented content creator.
Tyler Oliveira actually uploaded before Mr. Beast, so you can see exactly how our overcommitted brown-noser pulled this off. And as always, the trick was just blindly declaring you won and having people believe it, because there's no way that anyone actually believes this was evidence.
Okay, well, hopefully I got it there.
The dude clearly subscribes after Jimmy passes 7 million. And look, this is trivial, okay? I know. There's no way
you put the effort in it.
Anyone who announces they look forward to being on my next video before it's confirmed would never even be allowed within a mile of my next video. I can tell you that. Tyler Oliveira is standing there screaming, I won the lottery, holding up a ticket that has the wrong numbers on it. Like, I'm sorry, Mr. Beast. You should have given this guy 7 million restraining orders instead. You know what? Actually,
still got in, though. He got that hood.
7 million sheets of toilet paper.
I'm having the runs lately, so this should work.
So as the story goes, Jimmy flew Tyler out, he was given a toilet roll, Tyler did challenges, yada yada yada, I couldn't give less of a shit. But unlike other Mr. Beast milestone videos, Tyler Oliveira claimed the rights to the title on his own channel, while Jimmy went for something else entirely. Although Tyler's video didn't draw the same number of views that Mr. Beast would, he pulled enough of a viewership to actually have an audience. And unlike Tyler's previous exchange with Ryan Trahan, many audience members came across from Jimmy's channel with a positive impression of Mr. Oliveira. So now he was picking up a few more subscribers. This was exactly what Tyler Oliveira had wanted, and now with the help of some attention brought over from larger creators, he finally had the proper platform to unleash his coveted brand of content out into the world. Jimmy, what have you done? With some of Mr. Beast's viewers invested in his content, Tyler Oliveira had exactly
the type of
audience he wanted, and soon enough, he'd begin working on the content he knew they would enjoy.
And
locked
as
in.
The loyal subscriber that
He's
I am,
locked in.
I decided to take matters into my own hands and help Mr. Beast surpass T-Series, allowing him and PewDiePie to end the war once and for all.
Setting aside the Mr. Beast entitled videos, Oliveira's content often worked off a simple formula. He would test out a few different genres, and then when he had a hit, he'd milk it, and milk it, and milk it, and milk it until the cow had practically dried up and withered away. In that time, he'd also experiment with a few other types of content.
I feel like this video is straight hating right now, bro. This video seems to be straight hating on Tyler, bro. I'm just saying, I saw him putting in the work. I think I'm a little bit on Tyler's side just because I've seen the content now. Because, bro, right now, you got to get any chance to get there, bro. You gotta grab that attention. If you're getting it, you know, obviously some of the shit was a little slimy, but he sent that hook and he got him. Like, he was planning that, bro. He was trying to, you know, make moves, bro. That's like, you know, in the comedy scene when you can't get no shows, you really start setting up your own shows and you like, hey, I'm gonna lock in for real. So I get it, bro. Artist to artist, I get it, bro. He was locked in. He was sent, bro. He got on before fucking Mr. Beast like went to the stratosphere. He got on a 7 milli. 7 milli. He saw the potential and he said, let me get a piece. yo, he was, hey, he's, you know, how would you say, like, really seeing the potential. He got that wisdom. That's why he got on the scamming shit. Because right now I've seen like there's a lot of videos on YouTube right now on some scamming shit. Like oh, he scammed that. You know, it's like a lot of scamming shit.
Once the subject had overstayed its welcome.
So
examples of this could be his
now
selling
he's
GameStop
like,
videos,
you know, people scamming me in Paris and getting jumped, and he got like big black guys in the fucking thumbnail, so they're like, oh my god, like, you know,
getting like other people for X amount of days, spending 24 hours, Tesla challenges, and what I like to call the implausible challenge content, such as swimming across the entire Pacific Ocean, which he gives up pretty fast, the running for 24 hours straight, of which he spends most of his time walking, and my personal favorite, the digging a hole all the way to China video, which I'm sorry, but it's so funny to imagine 11 million people seeing this thumbnail and thinking, well, maybe.
You think that plastic to help the machinery will be able to reach China?
I think we're almost there. I can see it. I can smell it.
We'll be there tomorrow. Tomorrow? Maybe a week.
And look, as much as it pains me to hand it to
straight content machine, bro. That's real comedy, bro. That's real comedy. Memeing everybody off just the title. Might be a little method. He got the method, bro.
Tyler Oliveira in these early
Did they patch it though? Did they patch it?
There is some kind of entertainment value, particularly through a narrative that paces videos with a degree of poeticism, and that at least presents the guise of a personality for the man, and maybe, dare I say, a degree of...
It's cinema. You know, nowadays, bro, everybody should, you know, use that word. I'm you know, achieving cinema, you know?
Respectability? It wasn't an uncommon style, but I guess you need to give him some credit for making it seem like real content.
Amidst my unexpected psychosis...
Damn, we're only 15 minutes in this shit? There's no way I'm gonna be able to finish this on this stream. Chat, do I put it in fucking 1.5 speed? Do I put it in 1.5 speed? Because y'all gotta understand, bro. I be watching my YouTube videos in 2 speed, and some of y'all need to, like, put my stream in 2 speed and it'll be funnier, you know? Or 1.5 speed. Y'all motherfuckers too slow for me. Get your, you know, brain cells up. Get your chromosomes up. Get your mindset elevated. Put it in 1.5. Let's see.
Other people to experience the fear I had endured, so I decided
to be watching the video in 3 speed.
Cameraman Josh. And of course, with my luck, I soon encountered a flock of tempestuous whales.
The truth was that YouTube was absolutely infested with this type of content by the end of the decade. Mr. Beast clones and countless other variants seeing if they could build the Taj Mahal out of toothpicks. It was all worthless, but seemingly inoffensive. However, even with content that appears to not serve a great purpose, there is such a thing as too far. And this often separates the sincere content creators from the fraudulent interlopers, the people who can read a room and tell when a video probably shouldn't be uploaded, and those who can't. You can guess which one Tyler fell into.
Damn, bro, he like hates that feel like.
2020, Tyler Oliveira uploaded a video titled, "Can 1 million paper towels absorb a swimming pool?" Which honestly would have been better if it was clickbait. In this video, Oliveira throws countless rolls of paper towels into a pool in an attempt to soak up all the water. Unfortunately, or fortunately in my case, I've been unable to find any real footage of this video, but the backlash came thick and fast, with many people and media outlets criticizing its wastefulness. Now, plenty of YouTubers have gone too far, and it may have been a good time for him to just hold up his hands and admit that this was a bad idea. But our boy Tyler had other plans, and in a pinned comment, decided he was going to use facts and logic to defend himself on the battlefield of ideas. First opening with the fact that these paper towels would have existed whether he used them or not, which is a firm defense against anyone arguing the Schrodinger's...
Honestly, you could let it dry and then use it again, right? It's like, just leave it out in the sun for 2 weeks.
For towel point of view, he then goes on to deliver some truth bombs, some epic truth nukes, that these paper towels would have been used to wipe up trivial spillages anyway, and that the environmental impact was also very insignificant when you consider the fact that the wood used in creating paper towels is negligible, when you consider the fact that many of his critics live in a house which is often made of wood when you consider it, and that everyone uses more toilet paper in the lifetime than Tyler used in this video, and that none of these people are actually doing anything for the sake of environment. And although the video may be bad, most people criticizing it are probably also bad, so I guess 2 wrongs make a right. It seems that in spite of the fact that Tyler Oliveira had learned the skill of articulation, his skills were still limited. While sure, it goes without saying that production costs for Tyler Oliveira's single video could never rival the pollution contributed by large manufacturers and corporations, nobody's really saying that. They're just calling you a dick, and rightfully so. All Tyler's response seemed to demonstrate was that he didn't really understand why what he did was so poorly received. After the negative response to this response, he eventually relented 6 days after the video initially went up.
It's not that
it was a bad and insensitive positive idea in hindsight and stating that he had donated $1,000 to the Australian Red Cross, who were combating wildfires ravaging the country at the time. He announced he was also setting up a fundraiser in case anyone else wished to join him, with a total aim of $10,000. The target was ultimately not met, with a little over 10% of the goal raised, but it's better than nothing, and I'm not going to hate on another creator donating to charity, but it never really felt like Oliveira understood why what he did was wrong. It's more that he just wanted to throw some money at the situation to shut people up, which it did, so at least it was effective. Nevertheless, the timely backlash was a sign that the tides were turning on YouTube culturally, particularly with regard to the many humanitarian disasters that would soon follow. First with the COVID pandemic, and then with subsequent military conflicts that many companies used as an excuse to price gouge. I mean, that contributed towards a cost of living crisis.
1/3 of these children live in poverty. That equates to 1.3 million under fives.
They say that more than 70 people have been killed and a further 138 injured in this latest series of airstrikes.
Started before dawn. Ukraine woke to explosions around the capital, Kiev.
Suddenly, people were being told that we needed to be mindful of resources, as we weren't sure how they were going to be affected by a worldwide pandemic and everything that followed. Although Oliveira performed better than many other creators in this time, by the end of 2021, he was losing momentum, and by the end of 2022, his channel had effectively ground to a halt. Although the numbers may not...
Am I tripping, or these millions of views? What do you... Bro, this gotta be a hater video, bro. There's no way, bro. JR, bro, you hating right now, dude. You hating right now.
Look bad. By Tyler's standards, these were catastrophic, as he operated on a high-risk, high-reward model that required hefty returns on investment. For someone as performance-oriented as Tyler, it was a sign that he needed to change. Maybe he just needed a little help.
Pasha and I were too scared to come alone.
I don't believe a word of it.
Tyler's attempt to diversify was eventually
like I said, I'm not trying to, you know, defend nobody. I'm not nobody's friend, but I'm just saying this seems a little bit of a hater video. Don't y'all think? It's a hour or 55 minutes, bro.
Long performed well.
Of hate.
The plan was that he would visit haunted places and see just how spooky they were. The style represented a departure from his usual shtick and an approach more reminiscent of live journalism.
Killers, rapes, serial killers.
A lot of people refer to this particular spirit up here as the Creeper.
The Creeper?
There isn't too much interesting to say about these videos. I don't think you're going to be leaving this video questioning your beliefs.
What was that?
Is that you?
What was that?
No.
Holy shit. Who heard that?
I heard it.
You guys heard knocking, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
In fact, probably the scariest thing to happen in this video is a confrontation with the Slop King himself, Brent Rivera.
What's up, little sis? I've had it with you.
To be honest with you, Brent Rivera is more than deserving of his own video, but to do
what
so
the
would actually
fuck
require
was
viewing
this?
any of his content for longer than 5 seconds. Content that looks like it's catered to kids or people on watch lists. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Either way,
I don't think I've ever watched Brent's videos, but what the fuck was that? Was that a rap song or?
Places Tyler Oliveira was scheduled to visit was the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. As luck would have it, Brent Rivera was also filming a video there at the exact same time as Tyler. And with such two large influencers in the same hotel on the same night, there was no way such a small space could ever contain both of their massive egos.
Do you fake your videos?
No. Do you fake your videos?
No.
Alright. Have fun, guys.
Asking Brent Rivera if he fakes his videos is like asking the CIA if they've ever interfered with foreign governments. You may not receive a straight answer, but you already know.
Hey, go have fun with your 100 subscribers.
We get that louder.
You don't have a directional mic on that camera? But if we were normal guests, that would...
Whoa. Okay. Normal guests? You think you're elevated beyond an average human being? You've ascended the human... Wait, who are you?
You're harassing our tours.
No.
You need to back up right now. Dude, get moving. Have fun, guys.
We're not harassing. I want to say...
Damn, I didn't know he was doing these type of... Bro, he showed up at where they were recording? Am I...
YouTuber Brent Rivera totally doesn't fake his videos, and it's totally awesome.
Hi. Why are you having trouble speaking?
In spite of this, Brent was still offended by the inference.
No wonder he doesn't give a fucking motherfuckers. Bro, he loves confrontation. I didn't realize Tyler loves confrontation this much. He just showed up at somebody else's like low-key set without invitation. I'm not gonna lie, now I see the hate. Why he hating right now.
Tyler's line of questioning and becomes hostile and confrontational pretty quick, with snide comments escalating in security being called, who ask Mr. Oliveira to leave the premises, with police arriving shortly after.
Can I ask you that for stuff? For sure. Can I propose a compromise? No.
SSPD's on the way, so you have until they get here.
For sure. Unfortunate.
The footage shown by Tyler obviously makes Brent look like an insecure jackass, and Tyler makes the most of this idiocy by uploading the video and presenting the narrative in its entirety. This was then reported on by large YouTubers who provided their takes on the situation, mostly siding against Brent.
Brent Rivera got confronted in the real world, and I'm using that word loosely because it wasn't really confronting. He got trolled in real life and just for some reason acted far stronger and more badass than he is. Like, bro, you make videos eating gum off of a child's shoe. Like, why are you going to try and pretend to be like this fucking man's man when met with controversy or when met with conflict in the real world?
You gotta start memeing him back,
the clips
bro.
were receiving and the mounting pressure on
you
him,
gotta start
decided
memeing him
to
back.
take to TikTok to post his response.
If you recently saw a viral video of two YouTubers arguing in a hotel hallway, well, one of those YouTubers was me. Things quickly get taken out of context, so here's the full picture. Also, this isn't me defending the things that I said, but more so giving you guys my perspective of what happened that night.
In this video, Brent apologizes for any insensitive comments, but affirms that Tyler was attempting to provoke them by making inflammatory comments of his own, following and harassing them, not vice versa.
As the night went on, he continued to approach us with his camera, saying awful things about me, my friends, and my sister to try and get a rise out of me for his video. At a certain point, it bubbled up so much that
straight rage baited, bro. He IRL rage baited, bro. What the fuck? There's no way he got low-key rage baited. Bro, that's a masturbator for real, bro. That's a 10 out of 10 rage bait, bro. No way. I just realized, bro, sure he did some washes showing up, but like he straight up wanted to hit that rage bait to the max.
Stooped down to his level, and I said something that I should not have said. Later on, he came up and started filming again, this time while we were on a tour. His actions toward us and other guests on the tour caused the hotel staff, not me, to call security. And after several warnings, the hotel chose to call the police to get him escorted from the hotel.
This response wasn't well received at the time, especially with the footage available, which clearly showed Brent acting in a more hostile capacity in front of Tyler and making more than just one antagonistic comment. There's little doubt that Brent downplays his role in this confrontation, but I do think people tended to overlook the fact that Tyler was clearly looking to get a rise out of him. We know by now that Tyler Oliveira does have a talent for
there's
poking
gotta
the
be
bear,
some
and we don't know
There's
how
no
much
way his
content
hair
he cut out of that
that
interaction to present an image that was more favorable towards him. I could imagine being annoyed if someone kept coming up to me in a hotel, pointing a camera in my face, and asking me provocative questions, even if I did make bottom of the barrel slop content. But we all know better than Brent Rivera.
But bro, is it really bottom of the barrel if you get millions of views? I don't watch his shit. Whatever rap song he had going on earlier, zesty as fuck. But still, bro, if you're getting 50 million views, are you not making that video as much as you can? Are you not gonna milk that shit? If you say otherwise, you're lying to yourself, bro. If you're telling me I can post Thirst Trap and I get 100 gajillion views, I'm starting an OnlyFans in 2 weeks. Fuck is we talking about, bro?
If it's something worth talking about, people will give it attention. And although the views garnered from this coverage of the situation didn't quite galvanize his channel in the way he may have hoped, it did seem
That's
to
the thing, bro. Like, you can't hate on too many people's content because, bro, like, you might not like it, but 50 other million people are liking it. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just saying, bro. Like, because the views that you, like, I've seen, like, the fact that he's showing 5, 6, 10 million views. I'm like, what the hell?
That he could scale up his investigative efforts from here.
Nah. Fuck all that.
But first, it's a new year. That means new horizons, new opportunities, new habits. Whether those habits are good or bad is really up to you to decide. But I'm here to tell you how you can analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/jobbery in just 30 seconds.
Excuse me.
Tyler Oliveira uploaded the video, I Went to the Incest Capital of America. It features Oliveira going to the beautiful state of Alabama.
See, that's the thing. Those are the videos I didn't like watching. The videos I was watching the last couple of streams were the you know, him getting rage. Bro, he's really good at rage baiting. I'm telling you, he's the perfect masturbator, bro. 10 out of 10 rage bait. Tyler is a straight like 10 out of 10 rage baiter, bro. Straight masturbator.
Southerners about their relationships with, well, their relatives. In the video, he does interview some people who quite brazenly admit to kissing their cousins, and even features a bit of kissing at the end. This one's to all the gooners out there, I guess.
What's wrong with it, bro? What's wrong with it? You know, if it's like third or fourth cousin, you know, I'm just saying. It's negligible, bro. What are y'all talking about? Alabama way or the highway?
It seems Tyler took Brent's advice to heart, as we can see here that he is equipped with a more professional apparatus, including a directional microphone and a simpler goal of just interviewing as many kooky characters as possible.
I interview for $5. Have you kissed a cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is she hot?
Yeah.
Hot as hell?
Oh yeah.
Would you smash?
Yeah.
Okay.
As entertaining
Hey,
as
he keeping it 100. I respect it, bro. When you keep it that 100,
this video might be, Oliveira's commitment
He
to
a real
journalistic
one.
integrity seems a little questionable. The video itself is paralleled with an overarching narrative of him trying to find the Smurf family, something that was mentioned to him in an interview early on. However, a quick fact check would have told him that the Smurf family, or the Fugates as they're more formally known, were a family from Kentucky, which, if my memory serves, is not Alabama. He was searching in completely the wrong state. When talking about them, he also shows a picture of Paul Carrison, whose skin turned blue after trying an alternative medicine, and is of no relation to the Fugates whatsoever. But at this early stage, maybe you could defend him, given it was his first
what the hell was that?
venture into this style of content.
So I drove to Blue Mountain and I wondered to myself, is this where the legendary Smurf family lives?
In spite of these inaccuracies, people were still entertained, and it quickly became Oliveira's best performing video in a while. And any longtime follower of Oliveira could tell you that meant there was more to come.
Oh, we're filming a documentary about obesity in America, and we're showcasing the tacos here as a prime facilitator of obesity and in turn premature death. We'll be quick.
Over the next few months, Oliveira uploaded videos that featured him going to various deprived and sometimes dangerous
I wasn't
locations
fucking with
and
those
carrying out
videos.
interviews.
I'm not gonna lie. Last stream, I just hopped off because I was like, bro, I was eating and there's no way I can watch this crazy shit, bro.
With the apparent mission of presenting some
level.
insight from ground zero. Many of these videos were very well received, and commenters heaped praise on Tyler for presenting harrowing stories from the front line and raising awareness for issues that had long been overlooked. And hell, I wouldn't disagree that some of this content can actually be pretty illuminating into overlooked communities.
You guys used to live here?
So I didn't live here. My family grew up here a lot. But
This is like low-key CNN and any of the like big channels doing like your local news. Like this is just like, you know, 10x the version, except he's on tour.
I work for Quapaw Nation.
Okay.
And they're basically the ones that are handling all the cleanup.
Apparently, the original Native Americans that had this land taken from them got it back and is now responsible for cleaning up this mess. So I got in the car and wanted to see the cleanup in action.
Could it be possible that a creator like Tyler had grown from the clout-chasing, milk-bathing, can I date your daughter demon that he once was, and was now making important, productive content? Well, you know the answer to that, and it's not fucking yes.
When did you start disliking black people, if at all?
I just like being around them. I think they're fine around themselves.
I didn't know he did a video like
in America, formerly a
I've
white
seen
country,
this guy
current
on
political
TikTok
paradigm
all
says
the
there can
fucking
be
time.
No all white countries, no majority white countries. Why does that have to be enforced?
At first, this content largely flew under the radar, though there were the occasional red flags. For example, there's one video where the dude goes down to what is clearly a Confederate memorabilia shop, calling it an antique store, which is a little reductive, then gifts one of the items he buys there to a notoriously racist man who has appeared in other videos, with YouTuber Vince Vintage doing some digging of his own into this particular store and finding a barrage of other heinous items they had on display, uncovering how the local population has tried to get.
Fuck, they have that store still ongoing? That's crazy. That's a crazy fucking, bro, the pictures, I mean, the flags, people still got them, I get that, but fucking the dolls and shit is crazy.
The store, Wildman Civil War Surplus, is described in one 2015 article as
I mean, I'm not saying, bro, like we should like erase history like that. Like, I'm not saying that at all, but like, god damn, bro, it's like an antique store. Yes, we can't say like it's not an antique, but god damn, they got some crazy shit. Somebody's got to be making these hoes, chat. Y'all understand that if they're still sending it in 2025, somebody's making these hoes.
Rhymes to the Klan, to white power. But Tyler seems to leave out that context, instead giving viewers the impression that this was just a normal Southern antique store, apparently worthy of his hard-earned money. According to him, it's basically the same as going to a Civil War museum.
This is a Civil War antique store that sells all sorts of artifacts.
Will I be allowed? And there's the real question. If they got that sign up, you know, they don't want no coloreds, we might have a problem, bro. We might have a problem, bro. That's the only time. If they want to be antique, they could be antique. They could be in their, you know, nonchalant antique era. But if they got that no colors allowed sign, we might have a problem. Big 2025.
Civil War time period. It's literally an antique store with a Civil War theming in the deep south of Georgia. I bought rocks, a piece of paper, and a plate with guns on it. It's almost like saying if you pay admission to go to a Civil War museum, you're somehow supporting slavery.
You know, the Civil War museum filled with swastikas, a famous symbol of the Civil War. One glance at the reviews will tell you it's not so much the historical institute its owners may want you to think it is. It's caused so much controversy over the years that it's pushed neighboring businesses to relocate and prompted city council members to resign in protest of its license being reinstated. As I've often found to be the case with Tyler, sometimes the narrative lies in what he doesn't let on. People weren't given any of this context about the store, so they didn't think anything of it. They didn't care, just as they didn't seem to notice he was ripping off better creators like Nico Omalana, but soon that would begin to change.
How easy would it be for us to get like fentanyl right now?
Yeah, about 2 walking by.
Next person?
Yeah.
And how long have you been out here, sir?
I've been here about 4 years.
On November 2nd, 2023, a few months after switching to investigative content, Tyler Oliveira uploaded the video I Investigated the Country Where Every Drug is Legal, in which he takes his equipment to Vancouver in British Columbia. Not a country, but that's clickbait for you. In January of 2023, the Canadian province decriminalized the possession of up to 2.5 grams of hard drugs for public use. It was a move that generated controversy and criticism from those who thought this would only worsen the situation.
Proper harm reduction, it's been shown in European places, you know, Switzerland, that.
The whole argument is that they have institutions to rehabilitate these users and not just facilitate the drug use, right?
That's one thing we've told in this regard.
This seems to be a point of concern from Oliveira at points in the video, even having a conversation about its supposed shortcomings in comparison to European countries like Portugal, which I'm not saying is an unimportant conversation to have, but ultimately any movement toward productive discussion is derailed immediately by Tyler's own addiction for large-scale events and sensationalist media.
We're just wondering if we can hear your opinion on what's going on out here in Vancouver.
This very second is not a great time.
Okay, got it. Should you get out of here?
No, it's just I've got somebody who's just emptied outside.
For this video, Tyler brings along independent journalist and self-proclaimed Portland homelessness czar Kevin Dahlgren, who had already appeared in past videos featuring people living rough. Dahlgren was already an interesting choice, given he had resigned from his position earlier on in the year following rumblings of financial misconduct, with Oliveira's release of this video actually coinciding with Dahlgren's arrest for multiple counts of fraud and theft. Though this case has yet to be resolved, it makes his inclusion seem more politically motivated, given that he's been vocally critical of, quote, progressive administrations, which is a narrative that becomes apparent in this video very quickly.
Little did I know, Kevin snuck into one last night, and here's how it looked.
At one point, it's claimed Dahlgren has snuck into an injection center and filmed people on trips. It's meant to be an expose of the failings of the center to attend to its patients, but feels very intrusive and uncomfortable to me. It's very
He's a journalist.
Censored the drugs,
I'm not trying to defend him, but
the actual people's faces. This wasn't the first video that Tyler had done investigating drug abuse in major cities. Earlier on in the year, he had covered the decriminalization in Portland, Oregon, with Kevin to broadly positive reception. It seems more respectful and involves more censoring and thoughtful discussion. Yet after his video investigating Vancouver went live, footage was disputed by local advocates who claimed that this was actually filmed at a homeless shelter, leaving question marks over why Tyler would ever involve someone with such questionable credibility and why Tyler would actively worsen his content when he clearly knew better. Practically, the remaining runtime of Oliveira's Vancouver video is just filled with drama and chaos. Multiple people are filmed either overdosing or just completely out of it without any real context other than, wow, this is bad. This is really bad, right, guys? There's just some strange assumptions that show Tyler's lack of understanding on drug-related.
But he's just showing reality. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He's showing the reality. I mean, obviously blur some people's faces, but it's real like that out there. Obviously, that video wasn't for me. I didn't want to watch it because that shit had some crazy shit in it. But that's real life, bro. It's happening. If you're gonna pretend like that's not happening, he's just putting a 4K camera and getting them in 4K. Still, like, you know,
Tyler points at multiple people hunched over and suggests that they've been nodding out too much. And although it may be the case for some, there are plenty of other conditions that could also cause hunchback, and leaving people uncensored with the implication that each of them is a drug addict is kind of insane.
Now, what was the objective in decriminalizing those drugs?
That their idea was that this would reduce stigma. They cite other countries in the world that have had some success with decriminalization. They talk about Portugal, Uruguay, Germany, but there's a huge difference between what they're doing and what's being done here. Fortunately, the government is only telling half the story, and they've only put half the work in.
The only attempt at any further depth is an interview at the end with Vancouver-based politician Eleanor Sturko, who again makes some points regarding the implementation of the program. Yet after the video, she also denounced Oliveira, said that she never consented to being recorded and that her comments were taken out of context. Sturko has also received criticism for her handling of this matter, and as a professional politician, she should probably know that some people will tape her statements whether on or off the record. However, the fact that Oliveira didn't ask for her consent is also telling. That maybe if she knew what the video was was saying or what it was about, she wouldn't be happy participating in it. This didn't stop Oliveira from responding.
See, I'm not gonna lie, I be getting caught lacking. Sometimes I be getting invited to interviews. I have no idea what they're about to do, and I get, you know, last second instructions. So I get it, bro. Sometimes you gotta, you know, be on your, you know, tippy toes and fucking act like a crackhead.
Which I assume is Tyler's way of continuing the conversation. Not too soon after another person who was featured in the video spoke out about it, a man who was filmed overdosing on the street claimed there were some ethical boundaries Oliveira should have at least considered.
It's terrible to think that someone in distress who was having a difficult time was being filmed and put on the internet for likes and clicks. And it's disgusting that people think they can come down here and film people when they're having a difficult time in the downtown east side.
They have family members, they have names, they're people, they're not just throwaways of society.
They obviously caught me at my worst. And,
yeah, but you're...
Yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen because,
you know?
Be some type of, you know, I know it's illegal to film people out in public, but at the same time, there's got to be some ethical boundaries.
Oliveira responded to this with his textbook empathy. Wait, this guy who is overdosing on meth on a public sidewalk works in or at the Overdose Prevention Society? Yeah, wow, sick own, Tyler. This guy with a drug addiction problem is volunteering to help other people with drug addictions? Wow, yeah, talk about a conflict of interest. High fives all around for Tyler and his bros. Tyler Oliveira's video is the perfect representation of observing society's problems, but not actually suggesting we do anything about it. The title of the video implies that Tyler is criticizing decriminalization, but even his video seems to acknowledge that British Columbia already had a problem, and other countries have successfully implemented similar programs with the right infrastructure. Yet, rather than actually exploring why it may be falling short here, Tyler just gawks at people with serious problems and profits from filming their struggle, because he has nothing of actual substance to say, and relies on other people to make those points for him. I think the video and his subsequent responses paint a pretty clear picture that when the narrative serves,
I mean, BBC and all these like bigger companies, like whenever Vice used to drop documentaries, they did the same thing. Obviously, he should blur somebody the faces. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna defend him on that, because bro, exposing somebody like that, even though you're out there for content, is crazy. Like, because bro, these motherfuckers got family, like they said. I mean, obviously they're in the street, but you should blur their shit to just, you know, for privacy.
It's all about helping people, but as soon as someone provides even the mildest critique of his content, he goes right back to being that same old petty, egotistical Tyler Oliveira that we've always seen.
But look, he getting money though. He getting money for being crazy. The more crazy you are, the wilder you are, the more attention you get, the more views you get. Because if you just in like a regular personality, you're not really grabbing the attention. Some of y'all motherfuckers got goldfish lifespans and life fucking force in your brain. You got nothing going on. You straight popcorn up there, bro. So like, it's hard for people to, you know, focus on shit. Me too, I'm cooked, I get it. But like, whenever you do like over the top shit like he's doing, I get it, bro. Like sometimes you get like 1 million views. You're like, oh my God, I need that.
For convenient to him, he'll throw all these people that he claims to care about under the bus for his own personal gain. In spite of the criticism that Oliveira faced for this video from people within these communities, the upload became one of his best performing on YouTube, netting nearly 20 million views. It sent Tyler a clear message that people wanted more drama, more politically charged narratives, and most importantly, more chaos. So what was Tyler gonna do? Respond to those who said he was sensationalizing homelessness and start treating journalism with the respectability it deserves? Don't be silly. Tyler was much more interested in turning public anger back at the people who questioned his methods.
It was like yesterday, man, where you had protesters, you know, literally up against the faces of police officers as they formed a human wall trying to protect the East Precinct. But we all know the story. City leaders allowed the activists to take over this entire city block, and it was just chaos.
On Christmas Day 2023, Tyler dropped a video titled "I investigated the city that banned police," referring to Seattle's short-lived Capitol Hill occupied protest CHOP, or Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone CHAZ, which prohibited law enforcement officers.
I've seen that shit on the news.
Entering the area. Tyler appears here with another independent journalist, Jonathan Cho, who was fired from his job for his coverage of a Proud Boys rally, which many considered was a little too generous to a fascist organization.
I got fired because I covered a Proud Boys rally, and I was accused of promoting this group. Accused of promoting? When that wasn't the case. afterwards, people just started harassing me and doxing me.
In case anyone thinks this was a one-off, on his Twitter, Cho now regularly uses the term Trump derangement syndrome unironically, quote tweets end wokeness, and flagrantly promotes allegations of election fraud. So you know you're in for a real thick slice of unbiased journalism with him.
They don't like my style, they don't like the fact that I'm exposing them, and they feel as though they are vigilante security guards and that they're protecting this BLM garden and this homeless encampment. How is this being allowed in a public park in a world-class city like Seattle? This is a takeover, Tyler.
The implication of this video is that there is some relationship between the 3-week period when Seattle banned police on Capitol Hill and the rise in criminal activity, despite the fact that they present no evidence that this was the case, and trends of crime in Seattle will show you that this has been a growing problem long before the developments in 2021.
They're done. They don't want to work anymore. They don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to pay their bills. You've got the activists saying, oh, if you just give everyone here housing, we can solve the crisis. Well, the problem is you've clearly encountered there are people who want to stay out here. What do you do about them?
After it is safe.
There's urine, there's human feces, there's
bro, they went straight anarchy on that ass, bro. When you get that freedom of anarchy, these motherfuckers went straight Walking Dead on that ass. Some of them got too much in that Rick-a-roll and hit that season 3 with a hard fucking... I'm gonna do that. We're in zombie land.
Going on? Is that safer than this shelter that's allegedly unsanitary? Look, why do you think they're choosing to be out here? Because they don't want to follow the rules. Okay. Do you deserve an apartment in Seattle when there's so many others who are working 2-3 jobs?
Throughout the video, there's also this advocacy against giving homeless people housing. This narrative that people who expect it rather than going to shelters are entitled. The only places Cho seems to promote are Christian-run organizations, which feels a little bit loaded in itself. There are also strays of people advocating for the homeless, most notably Mark Horvath, head of the nonprofit Invisible People, who criticized Oliveira just 20 days before, in case it was unclear how petty our man is prepared to be.
Directly in front
of
a criminal network, a criminal tent.
Talk to me.
For my safety.
Okay.
You're in front of the camel tent that's in front.
At one point, Cho and Oliveira are met by a woman who claims that a drug tent is a criminal syndicate's headquarters, and they take her completely seriously, despite the fact that she reveals herself to have no knowledge of it whatsoever, and just wanted an opportunity to complain about the homeless situation again.
There's unmitigated shoplifting. The laws have to be changed because they're actually the police.
Damn, bro, they made her sound like El Chapo's wife right now, bro.
We're spending vast amounts on Narcan. The firemen are coming out all the time. Overdoses. I'm sorry if you're not a teenager.
Whoever's car that is now got fucking exposed, like with the license plate right there, bro.
You don't get us. I am not some crazy conservative.
If this is her car, this would be the dumbest fucking thing ever, bro.
Cannot end unless there are laws.
Where'd you get us? Yeah, what?
Because if I was gonna have some idiotic progressive thing like, oh, these poor homeless, poor people, you know, they're the poor entitled.
This video is particularly funny because Tyler offers so little substance that it just devolves into Cho's personal vendetta at the liberals for having him fired from a job where he...
I'm not gonna lie, I'm 45 minutes in the video, bro. Dude, it's